I've been in this space now for 16 years, and I've watched them navigate and sort of build, quite a great infrastructure in lots of different ways. So I've got 4 minutes. Basically, for me, this has been such an important question. I've obviously given it a lot of thought for myself, but really, when an owner's thinking about an exit transaction, it's one of those things where it's basically the biggest transaction of their life coming to a tipping point. And often we're thinking about how do we extract the most value out of it. And, whether you're sitting here as an investor, investing into companies that are thinking about it, or whether you're as a founder, thinking about what sort of groundwork can I start putting into that process now, or whether you're an advisor, that works with a lot of companies, this is an important area. And the reality is, I mentioned that, there's going to be a $3.5 trillion transition over the next decade, and effectively 75% of owners leave significant value on the table. And so this is where we started thinking about how we can create, I suppose, an opportunity or an event which helps address this, because I've been in this space a long time, and I'm lucky I know a lot of people sort of in this area to get advice or to chat with or to discuss with. But I realize most people don't have access to the kind of networks that I do. So we started putting together a business exit summit. And, a lot of these areas where you think about all these different questions that people have when they're going to an exit, they don't really have the answer to it. And so we put this, as a conference to help both owners and also even investors as well, to help navigate this journey with their companies, because there is so many more options now available for founders that are thinking about an exit or that want to start positioning themselves over the next 1 to 5 years to actually go through an exit. But the truth is, they always ask themselves the questions of where do you start? And it is quite a hard one, because there is, there's fears you have about it. There's fears people have about their team knowing. There's fears people have about, potential competitors knowing, etc. And so we wanted to do it in such a way where, it's effectively Chatham House rules, where we create an event across 2 days and we help companies answer this question for themselves. But what we can bring to the table is effectively the people that have been there and done it, whether it be themselves as founders, people that are actually, expert advisors in this area, or also the actual investment groups, that are focused on it, what they're actually looking for and what they're focused on. And so we're going to be hosting this in September, and you're going to see a lot of, communication about this from us over the next, 6 weeks, because I want to make sure that effectively, we talk a lot about investment opportunities in this ecosystem. The reality is, who's a director of a company, out of curiosity? All right, so you're all involved. And it's whether you being the company that you're involved with, whether you're an advisor to them, etc. Ultimately, you want to help those founders, those owners, or yourselves realize the most amount of value. So everything we've done with the Business Exit Summit is to basically put together a structure of content across 2 days where it really helps create that, I suppose, help people understand what their A-team could look like to actually go through that process on the advisory side. When I say their A-team, whether it be accounting, legal, advisory, consulting, etc. Second one is the actual roadmap and the options available for someone looking to go down that path. And then the third aspect is the tools available that they can use to help sort of build themselves. And I'll sort of be talking about that a fair bit, and also Ken Shaw as well. Because the reality is we all have access to tools now which can help us scale our businesses as we're sort of moving towards this path. But these are effectively the topics that we're going to be covering as part of it. And so today, across the Business Exit Summit, we've actually got a special price. Obviously you would have seen the tickets being sold for $2,000 a ticket for the event. We've got a special price across the conference. So we've created a landing page for that, and we'll send out an email communication for it later today and also tomorrow as well. But basically for $990, you can get access, for $990, you can get access to 2 days, just pure education for yourself or for your partner. If you're an investor, you can purchase it on behalf and transfer it to a founder, etc. And by the way, there's no one selling anything there, right? There's no product sales or anything like that. It is just pure education I've done this because I've been giving a lot of thought about this, this $3.5 trillion transition. And I thought I want to be seen as a leader in this area. It's trying to bring people together and create an ecosystem in the business exit space. I realize there's lots of advisors and lots of people doing different things but no one's actually trying to build an ecosystem around it. And that's what we want to do, and this conference is part of it. You see, we're not charging a lot for it. It's really just designed to be 2 days of pure education, and then we want to start spending a lot more time building that sort of exit ecosystem as well. So that's the Business Exit Summit coming up on September 9th and 10th. It's $909 a ticket. As I said, you can transfer it to, if you want to buy it for one of your companies. Not that you're giving them the hint that you want them to sell, but it's not designed to be, hey, I want you to sell right now. It's like, here is how you create the roadmap for yourself to maximize the value of your business over the next 3 to 5 years. So that's the conference. You can scan the QR code. It will take you to a page where it has a bit more detail on it. As I said, we'll send out some information on it. We've got a special price for $990 across the next 2 days. I think this is probably this will end up being one of the things I'm most proudest of sort of setting up. As I said, I love that what we do at WI is create opportunities. I said, I always talk about creating opportunities for tomorrow. To me, this is all about helping to realize value. And, we want to make sure that founders, owners, and the investors that back them realize the value of the businesses that they're getting behind. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me.